and welcome all Pokemon fans to the One More Chansey YouTube channel. Sorry I haven't been posting in a while. I just, haven't really felt the passion to upload videos, and I've had a lot of work recently. I'm very busy just trying to make as much money as possible before I go back to college, and it'll be harder for me to juggle college and school and all that. But anyway, so I thought I'd do something a little different than what I've done on my channel before and just kind of show off my Pokemon collection a bit. I'll probably do more videos in the future to show off more because my collection is a pretty good size in my opinion. I don't want to say it's too big or too small because I know other people have more, some people have less, and whatever, and I like to be a little humble about what I have, and I've been collecting since I was a kid. And so today I wanted to show off three different Pokemon sets. They're all completely random, but they're the ones that I have completed so far. I have cards to almost every single set, but I don't really have a whole lot that get close to completion. I like to complete my sets one at a time. And so I work on just one set, and I just hammer on that one set, just buying cards for it until I have one of everything. And the condition I go for is anything from played to better. So that basically just means that if it's selling for near mint on like Troll and Toad or something, then I get it for the near mint. But if that's not available at the time and they only got a played version, then I get that. I also only collect the English versions. I'll be collecting the Japanese sets later, but that's kind of a far in the future goal for me because I want to collect all the English sets first, unless there's just something absolutely awesome in the Japanese sets. So now I'm going to give you something to look at because all I have it pointed to right now is my playmat that I got from Regionals, which I'll talk a little bit more about after I show off my cards or whatever, just because Regionals was awesome. Even though I didn't do very well, I still enjoyed it and had a great time and glad I went. So I use binders just like these. They're just like 1 inch black binders. There's nothing special about them, and I just have these green pieces of construction paper in them for now. I'm gonna officially use a graphic design program to make myself something a little nicer than this, and put some stickers on the spines of the binders, like up at the top here, to just to show what sets they are when they're on my bookshelf, because like 2 shelves on my bookshelf are like just full of binders like this one. So anyway, this is, as you might already know, is base set. So I'm gonna do my best to show it off with the camera I've got. So I organized them by number. So like Alakazam is the first card in the set, and then it just goes all the way through. So yeah, let me adjust the camera here so it can be seen a little bit better. I put some of the more rare cards into actual sleeves, so they're in these like plastic sleeves while they're inside. So the Blastoise, like, see how it's got this let me adjust it some more, this plastic sleeve over it, because this Blastoise was like, I think, a $30 card, so I just wanted to protect them a little bit more while they were in the binder. Oh great, my camera finally focused. I'm going to do my best to keep it that way. So most of the cards in the front of the set are all hollows, but I don't always collect the hollows. I just want the card, but I mean, if I can get it as a hollow, then I'll do my best to. So we got like Alakazam and Blastoise, Chansey, and then the fabled base set Charizard, looking real good there. There, it's focused on it now. It looks really good. I got it in near mint condition, so that's absolutely awesome. It's like one of my favorite cards ever. Oh man, my pages are like alright. So then we got Clefairy, Gyarados, Hitmonchan, Machamp. I have the first edition in here, and the Magneton. And then I don't put them back to back, so because I wanted to be able to like see the backs of the cards. So like that's the Charizard right there, and it's like there's like no wear anywhere on the card. like no wear and tear. There's like a little bit right there, but it's like it's near mint, so it's just absolutely awesome. So this is the second page. So these are card numbers 10 through 18. So I'll just kind of show them off instead of reading them off because I don't want to drag on the video for too long. But most of these cards are near mint, which is awesome. Some of them are played, but they're only that way like because of the damage on the backs of the cards. There's like no show on the front of wear and tear. Like the Venusaur I had there was a played condition because this is the card that it was. You can see the wear on the top of the card, but that's really it. Like there's some on the side, but like that's the only thing, and I'm fully content with it being uh, played for its what do they call it? Condition. Yeah. So like see some of these are just like regular non like foil or hollow because it really doesn't matter to me whether they're foil or not as long as it's, you know, a real card, so not like fake on someone else's printer, and as long as it's in played condition, near mint or gem mint condition, it's completely acceptable to me. I don't want it anything worse than played condition though, because then like the card itself could like be bent and it just looks really ugly. It's like, and why would you want a heavily played card for something that that's supposed to look nice in a binder? I just use like Ultra Pro sleeves, I think is what they're called. They're just really nice. I like using them. I don't need anything super special right now for my cards. I might upgrade my binders and sleeves a lot later in life or whatever. But for now, these sleeves and the cards and everything is perfectly fine to me. I might go back and collect hollows and stuff later. But yeah, so like I absolutely love the super old-fashioned stuff. I like I'm like borderline Gen 1er. Like people like love to coin that term or whatever for people that just absolutely love the first generation. And but I mean I say borderline because I love Pokemon just in general. Like I love all Pokemon. There's not really particularly anything that I hate, but Generation 1 by far I think is the best, and it's my absolute favorite. Can't tell you how many times I've played through red and blue versions and yellow and fire red and leaf green. They're just my absolute favorite games of all time. Just finished a playthrough of Leaf Green a couple days ago. I chose Bulbasaur as my starter, and was just having a lot of fun with that. Like I love Bulbasaur, like, but I mean Charizard is obviously the favorite. I mean, yeah. So that was base set. I was so excited when I got them all in the mail because like the base set is like what started it all, and like it's just the oldest stuff just gets me the most excited. And the what I'm working to complete now is the Shadowless version of base set, and these just came in the mail a couple days ago. It was an eBay listing for like $160, and the Charizard by itself on like Troll Toad is 160. So getting all three of these for 160 was an absolute steal in my opinion. I saved like $100 more or less for it. But the prices are fluid on that website, depending on how many are available. But the difference, yeah, I'll go ahead and show off the difference because there's quite a few differences with Shadowless and the regular. So I'm going to be very careful and pull out my base set Charizard because base set Charizard is my absolute favorite Charizard. So here we have the regular base set Charizard, and then on the left here I've got the Shadowless. So the main difference is the shade of red used in the card on the real version is a bit darker than over here. It might be a little hard to tell with the camera. And the yellow on the border of this card and this card, the real one is a bit darker than this one. Also might be hard to tell, but you can kind of see it. The foil on the cards are a bit different. You can see how the Charizard on the right like pops out a little bit more than the one on the left. There's a shadow on the right side over here of the image. All Pokemon cards have that. The shadowless version does not. The font is a bit different, so you can see the number at the top. It says 120, but it has that little nick on the 1 to let you know it's a 1, but on the shadowless it doesn't. And the last few differences are the numbers at the bottom. If my camera ever focuses, then it'll show that off. Come on. But there's numbers at the very, very bottom of the card to like tell you the year and stuff. And on the shadowless version, it says 1995, and then says 96, 98, and then it has a 99 on it. There we go. So now you can see it. 1995, 96, 98, but on the shadowless version it has a 99, whereas on this one you can see it doesn't have a 99. It just says 1995, 96, and 98. So those are the differences that I know about with shadowless and the regular base set. And all of them are, the same way. So, this one, there's no nick on the 1, there's no shadow on the side of the card. The foil is a bit different. It has the 99 at the bottom. So, I'm working on the shadowless version of the base set, and then I'll probably move on to the jungle set to complete next, which was the second set. And these are all played condition. So, there's like a serious like nick there on the corner. Good, my camera focused to show it. So there's like nicks on the corner, and the backs of the cards, have some wear on it, as you can see. But I mean, they're awesome. Like, I don't care. Like, that's probably the best that I'm gonna get a shadowless card for. That's like not PSA graded. It's at least for those 3. Like, I can probably get the rest of the set in near mint for shadowless. But those 3 are just so popular, like getting a near mint, like non-PSA graded, would be pretty difficult. And now for the set that I'm most proud of to have completed right now. It's nothing special, but this one I've actually labeled. It's Generations. I don't actually have any of the McDonald's collections yet, but this is where I'm going to put them for now. It's just a placeholder. So this is the Generations set. I'm super proud of this set because I worked really, really hard to get every single card in here. Like, I have all of the Generations products, like all of them. And like, it's just absolutely awesome. Like, all the cards here, besides like a couple in this whole set, are reverse holo or foil. So these are absolutely awesome. I like went out with one of my best friends named Stephanie, and we went out and bought Generations products together, and then if we pulled duplicates, we traded them with each other to get absolutely everything. And like, these Charizard cards are just absolutely awesome. Like, the Generations set is one of my favorites, even though there's nothing like particularly great in the set on a competitive standpoint. Like, the Jolteon is like one of the only good cards in the Generation sets on a competitive standpoint. But I really love the Generation set. It was the first set that I actually completed, and that's what I used to kind of get started to collecting all of these sets. So I'm just going to go through these rather quickly because I have a few more things I want to do before ending off the video, and I even have some energies as reverse holos, but not all of them. I'll probably go back and try and get all of these as reverse holos and whatnot, because like I said, this is one of my favorite sets just because of what it took for me to complete this one. The orange that you see in the back, it's a piece of construction paper in a full page sleeve. It's what I use to separate the sets for now. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but it works. And then all of the full arts and stuff, which I pulled like all of them from packs, so it's awesome. So that was Generations, my favorite set. Also probably because it was like a throwback to the first generation, which I said was my favorite. Evolutions is the other one. That was like a throwback to the originals. And the last set that I have completed is Roaring Skies. Now, I only did this one next because the set reprinted because Pokemon felt like there wasn't enough Shaymins in the world or something. So all the prices of these cards like dropped significantly, like a week or two after the set's reprint. So I went and snagged them all as singles for just like super cheap. Like it was awesome. And I had opened like 2 booster boxes of Roaring Skies after the reprint. So I got a lot of these as the reverse hollows and the foils. So I'm gonna flip through the Roaring Skies set. Absolutely awesome set. Tons and tons of metagame level cards, at least for this past standard season. I mean, it's still going on, but since regionals is over at this point, I'm gonna basically start referring to it as the past standard season because it's too late to do anything in the standard season. The only things that are left for like this year are like pre-releases for Burning Shadows and whatever the fourth Sun and Moon set is gonna be. I'm roughly 80-ish% done with the Sun and Moon sets, so I might be showing those off later on, because I plan to show off all the sets eventually. So there's Shaymin, which I actually pulled 2 of in a booster box. I took them to regionals with me. And yeah, so lots and lots of good stuff. And on to the full arts, which I got all of them. Each one was only like $5 when I got them during the reprints, and the Shaymin I got for 50 as an eBay listing, and then the secret rares. And that's it. Those are the only sets I have fully completed. Like I said, the Sun and Moon sets are the ones I have closest to completion now. But I'll probably not buy a whole lot of singles and stuff for those yet, because, you know, the sets are still brand new, they're on the shelves. So I'd rather be going back to collect the old stuff first. And so now I'll use a couple more minutes of this video before I close off just to talk more about regionals. I came in like 319th place, I think, out of 647 people. So I did slightly better than half, but I only won like 2 games. So the only reason I was placed that high was because of all the dropouts and whatever that people had. So, I mean, if you were to rank me among the people that actually stayed, I did absolutely awful. I was playing the Mega Rayquaza turbo deck with, it was the Lightning variant with Jolteon. And I did okay. I usually won one of my matches, but it's always best 2 out of 3, so I'd like win the first one and then get smoked in the second 2 because I started with Shaymin or Hoopa or something. But while I was there, I got like 2 Shining Star cards. I think they're in one of the binders right now, so I can't really show those off. But I got the Jolteon and the Celebi Star cards, which is awesome. And then I went to the Japanese vendor and got the Japanese versions of gold and silver. So we got, like, you know, the sides of them. I'm learning Japanese right now, so eventually I'll be able to actually read what these things say. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm still like a first level Japanese learner. I don't really know a whole lot, just know basic greetings, a couple numbers, and the colors. That's really about it. So it's a work in progress. So inside of them, they came with the cartridge and the instruction manual. So I mean, I'm gonna boot this up for you on my SP, but I'm gonna like flip through the instruction manual for y'all. Like, look at these, like the artwork and the Pokeballs and all that. Like, I am a huge fan of the old stuff. I don't even own these games in the English versions. I've only played through them on Virtual Boy emulators and stuff. But like, look at this. Like, I just look through this like to see the old style of the artwork. Like, I'm a huge fan of all of the old stuff. Absolutely love it. So this is the cartridge for the Game Boy Color. But I don't have a Game Boy Color. I have an SP. So I'm gonna hope that this boots up real nice and easy. Okay. Hopefully. Okay, so we're gonna start this again. Give me just a second. Okay. Now then. Hey, we got it to work this time. I hope y'all can hear it. But yeah, see, it's all in like Japanese and stuff, and it's just awesome. I really hope you guys can hear it. I've like turned up the volume as much as I can. But yeah, you like set the time and whatever. So I haven't even like played through these because I can't read it. So there's no real point. I only checked to make sure they worked. But like it's just absolutely awesome. Like I look forward to be able to play this and read everything that it says. So yeah, that's everything I gotta say. So thank you guys so much for watching, and especially for sticking around this long. I didn't know how long this video was gonna actually be. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna try and post a little bit more regularly. I've got a lot more stuff planned to make for videos. I'll probably be recording them today because I got a lot of free time, and then I'll be posting them as soon as I'm done doing edits and whatnot. Comment below and tell me like what sets you think I should probably complete next. I'm gonna try and be doing the base sets first, probably. That's my plan, and then just kind of go up from there. So just like do them in order. So like jungle and then fossil, then base set 2, and so on and so on. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.